Hello everyone, thank you for joining. DC TechNet is your own channel, so do like, share and subscribe to the channel. And let's see what we have today. Today we'll again continue our group policy exceptions, and today it will be part 4 of our group policy exceptions. So we already know that there are 4 exceptions, and we have already covered enforced and block inheritance, and we have already seen the difference between enforced and block inheritance. Means if we implement enforced and block inheritance on the same OU hierarchy, what will be the consequences? We have already seen all these things in our previous videos. Today we are going to focus on one of the filtering, and that is security filtering. So let's see what we have on the agenda today for security filtering. So first we'll see what is security filtering, then we'll go for a used case for security filtering, and then we'll wind up our session with some demos on our Active Directory and group policy. So what is security filtering? So group policy security filtering is a feature within Microsoft Active Directory that allows administrators to control the application of group policy objects based on, say, specific security principles such as users, groups, or computer accounts. So in other words, security filtering enables administrators to specify which users, groups, or computers a particular group policy should, say, affect, providing a more targeted or granular or fine-grained approach to managing policies within Active Directory environment. So absolutely this is a bookish definition, and even it's very difficult for me to understand the bookish definition. So let's straight away jump on to an example. What exactly is, say, security filtering over here? So we have an OU named HR, and we have several users who are the member of this HR OU, and there are 3 policies: disable USB, HR internet policy, and HR mapped drive policy, which are linked or which are applied on the HR OU. So all the 8 HR are, say, affected by this particular 3 policies. Now our task is there's a task given to us as an administrator that we don't want disable USB policy to be applied on Max, Pat, Lisa, and Anne. So this is the task given to us, that okay, this disable USB policy should not be, say, applied, or Max, Pat, Lisa, and Anne should be, say, excluded from this policy. So they should be able to use USB drive or thumb drive on their laptops. So the end result is the disabled USB policy should be only and only applicable to Jane, Tina, Lily, and Joe, and Max, Pat, Lisa, and Anne should be excluded from this particular policy. But remember, the HR internet policy and HR map drive policy should be there on all the 8 HRs. So that's the target. So there are many ways to accomplish this, say, task, and one of the ways is using security filtering in our group policy. So how to accomplish this task? So step number 1, we will create a security group in Active Directory. Then we'll add users on which we need to disable USB as the member of this particular newly created security group. So in our example, we will add Jane, Tina, Lily and Joe as the member of this group, as we don't want these 4 people to access the USB drive. Number 3, we'll open up Group Policy Management Console and simply highlight the policy. And on the right hand pane, we'll see authenticated users. We'll simply remove authenticated users and see, we'll add the newly created group over there. So we'll remove authenticated users and simply add the newly created security group. So it's somewhat like this. So first we'll open up Group Policy Management Console. We'll simply highlight disable USB and we can see over here authenticated users. Authenticated users means all the users which are under this HROU. So any user is an authenticated user. So what we'll do is we'll simply remove it from here, authenticated users. We'll highlight authenticated users, remove it, and we will add the newly created group. In this example, we have a group named London HR USB disable, and we know that those 4 users are the member of this particular group. So this disable USB policy will be only and only applied to those 4 users or whomsoever who is the member of this particular security group. Hope you have understood the security filtering, and we have just replaced authenticated users with newly created security group. So let's jump onto the labs and we will configure security filtering on our group policy. Welcome to the labs, and we have logged on to our London domain controller, and here is our Active Directory, and I have highlighted the HROU, and we have say so many HRs in this particular OU. So before going ahead, let's understand the end result or the target, what is expected. So here we have a paintbrush, and the end result is we will be applying policy only on say these users, and automatically these users will be say excluded from our policy, that is disable USB. So that's the end result that we are expecting. So here we are on our Group Policy Management Console, and we have highlighted the HROU, and we can see that there are 3 policies linked to the HROU, namely disable USB, HR internet policy and mapped HR map drive policy. So let us highlight disable USB policy over here, and if you see over here, now we have not filtered anything, so you will see authenticated users by default. So this is the default behavior. So any user under HROU will be affected by this disable OU or say any other policy linked to the HROU. Same thing goes with any other policy. Let's say policy 4, you will see authenticated users, policy 5 authenticated users, because we have not used any filtering. So now our target is to say filter out these users, and policies should be only applied on these users. So what we'll do is we will create a group in Active Directory and add these users as the member of that group, and we will filter out that group from the group policy. So let us create a group now. I'll just create a group over here under users. So we have groups over here, London groups. I'll right click, new, just create a security global group. So I'll just name it as London HR USB disable. London HR USB disable. So the group has been created. Now the next task is to add these users in that particular group. So I'll just select all these users over here, right click, add to a group, and I'll just type in the name of the group, and we have the group over here. Perfect. So let's verify. Let me open up the properties of this group, go to members, and we have all the users as the member of this group. Now we are done with creation of the group. Now the last step is to remove authenticated users and replace it with the newly created group. So it's a very simple task. Highlight authenticated users, remove it, click OK, add, just add the group London HR USB disable, and here we go. So we have filtered out this particular group, and if you see over here, you will see something called as security filtering. So we have performed something called as filtering. So we have two filters, security filtering and WMI filtering. We'll be discussing WMI filtering in our upcoming sessions, but this is how security filtering is configured. So hope you have understood security filtering. If you have any queries or any questions, do drop a comment, and I will try to create a new video or reply your query. So let's summarize what we have seen today. Today we started with what is security filtering, and we saw a used case for security filtering, and we implemented security filtering on our group policy and Active Directory. So hope you have learned something new today. Thanks for joining, and if you feel this channel is helping you to learn anything new, please share and subscribe this channel with your friends and your technical community, and enjoy your day.